Hey guys, do you like my big fuzzy hoodie? This is not super new, but it came out like within the last month or two, and it's the Big Cover Concealer BB from Etude House. They came out with a whole line of like high coverage products, concealers, foundations. I have this and I have the Big Cover Concealer. I've already used this once or twice, so this first impression is sort of going to be mostly on the Big Cover foundation. It says that it's supposed to be a concealer BB cream that covers flaws with excellent coverage, easy absorption, whatever that's supposed to mean. Apparently a little amount is supposed to give full coverage. So here's the packaging. I think it's supposed to look like a glass bottle, but I think it's just plastic. But when you open it, it's a gigantic doe foot applicator. When I first saw this, the first thing I thought of was Clinique's new foundation that also looks exactly like this. It's like a concealer. It's like a giant concealer looking foundation. So this has SPF 50 PA++, and I got this in the color Beige. This is the second out of the 3 shades. So I forgot to mention this in the video, but the actual doe foot applicator has a wide side that is good for covering larger areas of the face. And then there's a more pointy bit at the end that allows for more precise concealing. Let's do this. Let's do like one half where I have like these spots, and then we can compare it to the other side. I don't know. How do you make up? I guess that should be a good start. I don't know if I put too much or not. Alright, so I can already tell with the brush it's kind of hard to blend. It's definitely more of a powdery matte finish. I'm surprised they came out with this like during the fall winter season, because in the fall winter season in Korea they tend to come out with more of the dewy foundations, the more moisturizing foundations. So I think these patting motions blend it much better. But yeah, it's already immediately becoming more matte. It's kind of like settling. Can you see that? It's already like settling into the corner of my nose. Not cute! Uh-oh, Etude House. There's one side of my face done. It's evened out my skin tone perfectly. There's little to no redness. You can see my more major spots still coming through, but I'm a little worried because upon closer inspection, it looks, I can already tell it might be one of those foundations that could be a little drying, especially in this cold weather. This probably might be really good in the summer when it's a lot warmer and more humid. Let's try this in tandem with the Cushion concealer. It's a click pen style concealer. You have your button here, and on this end there's like a little sponge. Interesting stuff. I have to say, when I first opened this, it took like 80 clicks just to get the product going. Did I already click it? I matched the concealer to the foundation, so I also have this one in beige. And I think this is meant for the under eyes because they also have a liquid concealer. I don't know why they would need like 2 different concealers. Like the foundation's already supposed to be a concealer, and then they got like 2 other concealers. I don't know. But I like the concealer because, you know, when with a lot of like liquid concealers, when you start blending them, you put them on the skin and you start blending them out and they kind of like blend away into nothing. That's not the life I'm about. So I like this one because even though it's quite thin, I would say, when you're blending it, it has a bit of like meat to it, so it like still sticks and adheres to your skin and it doesn't just blend away into like nothing. I put it under my under eyes, so I'm hoping that it doesn't like crease or anything on me, because I don't think I need to powder this at all. Actually, this part of my face where I have like these weirdly enlarged pores, like they're basically concealed and you don't see them anymore. Poreless and flawless. And I'm really glad that both the concealer and the foundation actually match each other, so I don't have to worry about like where the blemishes just being like this white spot in the middle of like a sea of beige. So the more the foundation is sinking into my skin, the more I'm liking the way it looks. It's like a soft velvety matte finish. It looks like skin. Sometimes you have to be careful with these like high coverage foundations because they can be like drying. they can look really cakey. So really glad that it's working out so far. So this is one half of my face with the foundation and the concealer. All right, now I'm gonna do this half, but with the sponge. Look at this pro makeup application. Professional. All right, so this side blended pretty well. The sponge definitely ate up some of the coverage, so it's not as like immediately full coverage upon application, like this side with the brush. So it blends faster, but I'm gonna probably have to go on with a second layer. But on the side with the brush, I only have to go on once, but it takes a little bit more blending, so you know, there's just no easy way around it. I'm glad it's not settling into the crack of my nose. That was really not adorable. I need to put a little down my neck. Alright, so there's the other side done with the sponge. I think I'm liking the sponge side more. It looks more airbrushed and more perfected, although I had to go in twice with 2 layers of foundation. I think I prefer that more than this side, because this side looks, it could use a bit more blending. It would probably actually look really good if you used your fingers too. If you're using your fingers, you probably get that medium full coverage without the streaking with the brush. So I don't think I would need to go in with this concealer afterwards. I'm just going to, because there's like still a few tiny red spots here. But if you're trying to choose which products to get, I would probably just go with the foundation itself. You probably wouldn't need the concealers because it's supposed to be a concealing BB cream. So there is my whole face done. It really looks like skin though, which I really look for in a foundation. And I'm quite surprised seeing as a lot of the full coverage stuff I've used before does not look like skin. Wasn't going to review this, but I also got this thing, the Play 1-in-1 Stick Highlighter and Contouring Duo. Alright, so I haven't set it with powder or anything. We're gonna see how it wears throughout the day, so yeah. I'm really liking how it looks so far. Hopefully it stays this way throughout the day. Oh, it's 9:39 in the morning right now. So before I go off to work, some words to describe my skin right now. Soft, matte, plush, velvety, poreless, flawless. After having let the foundation sit for a bit, everything is just, it's all settled in, it's all beautiful looking. I'm loving it so far. Like, this is the skin I want without makeup. After work, I'm getting the Troy peel done, so she's gonna wash off my makeup. So I'll try to put in like a last update then before I go home and finish off the review. So yeah. Okay, update, it's 11:42. And despite the wind and the cold air, it has held up. It doesn't look cracked, cakey, dry or anything. I have to say that contour stick, do not buy it. Etude House, all their contouring shit, so orange. So orange, I don't know how that, it hasn't even settled in any of my fine lines here. And the stuff around my nose settled in, so it looks better now, so. Y'all, I'm so excited. The foundation looks exactly like I had it on this morning. No fading, no creasing, nothing. Yeah. It's 5:40 p.m. But I think the concealer faded a little bit under my eyes. Say hi, guys. Okay, it's 9:33 p.m. It's been It's nearly been 12 hours since I first put it on. However, it's not on my skin anymore, as you can tell by my lack of brow. I've worn it for like 9 hours or something. Final thoughts, I freaking love it. It really exceeded my expectations in terms of longevity, coverage, the way it looks on the skin especially. It really looks like skin. I was a little cautious at first because it kind of was a little bit hard to blend with a brush at least. So I definitely recommend using a sponge to blend it. It layers really well. For my application, it doesn't look cakey at all. I also really enjoy the concealer. It didn't last too long under my eyes, but it did fade with dignity. It didn't like look cakey or cracked or separate. It just faded a little bit, but on the blemishes, it looked completely fine. If you have oily skin, I recommend this. It was really hot at work and at the place I got the Troy Peel treatment done. However, I didn't get oily in my T-zone where I usually do. As for dry skin, I would recommend really moisturizing your skin, probably throwing an oil under your moisturizer, and this would work really well for you as well. I definitely think this is one of the better foundations to come out of Korean road shop brands in a while. So I really recommend both of these. If you're interested, I will leave links down below to where you can purchase it. I'll also leave my Instagram down there, and if you're interested in following my like day-to-day daily activities, you can follow me on Snapchat. Hope you found this video useful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye. There's no need for voices that I'd sing.